Hi guys, my name is Felicia DeRozier and I am a doTERRA Gold. I'm really excited to share with you today from my office, this is my office today, about how to effectively share your story, which should be an important part of any presentation that you're doing. So because we're working with doTERRA, working with network marketing, we know how very important it is to be relatable to people and for people to feel connected with us. We know that that's going to help them to desire to purchase their product from us. What I would encourage you is that your story wants to be, you want your story to be a very small portion of your presentation, whether it's a one-on-one or whether it is a class at home, because you really want to focus on the needs and the desires and the background story of the people that you're trying to sell to. However, having an effective story is a great way to be able to instantly connect with your audience. So we want to have a big impact story, but a short one. Something that's really packed full of punch, but really, abbreviated. And I really suggest having two stories kind of pre-prepped. One that is a product testimonial and the other one which is a business testimony. So we'll talk a little bit about the four different parts. There's four different parts that are going to go into your story. The first part is your identity, who you are. And we're going to talk about who you are pre-doTERRA, which kind of drove you to doTERRA. So your identity as a mom, as a wife, as a professional, as a nurse, whatever your background is, and how that folds into your desire to seek out doTERRA as a solution. The next part, so that's number one. Number two is we're going to talk about what we didn't like about our life then. We had some sort of a problem that doTERRA addressed, so we're going to talk about that, whether it's that we were having to use lots of medications with our kids, whether it was, I had a high impact one, so it just depends, whatever your struggle was at the time. The third part is how has doTERRA become that solution for you in your story? And the fourth part that we're going to talk about is how you feel now that doTERRA has become a solution. So really briefly, I want to share with you my two different stories so that you can have kind of an idea of where you can go with this. So first we're going to talk about my product testimonial. So I'm going to say something along the lines of, hi, my name's Felicia and I'm a wife and I've always dreamed of being a homeschool mom. And when I finally got the opportunity to homeschool my kids, unfortunately that caused a loss of income, which also caused a loss of insurance. It was a really scary time in our life because we had lots of different health ailments, but no way to really address them. I started to get some muscle issues in the bottom of my foot. I had a plantar fasciitis. My son was born having multiple respiratory issues, and that was a real challenge for me as a mom to know how to take care of him. And obviously without insurance it was quite costly to continue to go to the doctor, who really didn't have the solutions for his respiratory issues anyway. So we were struggling. And when I found doTERRA, it was so amazing to have these natural solutions that would help support my son's respiratory issues, even though he was only 3 months old, and help to support my healing issues in my muscles. It was fabulous to have those natural solutions on hand. It became such a great solution in our household. And now I can feel really empowered with my own health and wellness and with my children's health and wellness moving forward. So that's kind of my story as far as the product is concerned. Now, I'm going to give you my second story, which is my business story, which I actually feel like has a little bit better impact at this point. But I think that the business story is probably the one that we're least likely to write down and to practice, because I think that especially starting out, we don't feel necessarily like we've kind of come into our own in the business. And let me assure you that you do not have to have become a diamond in order to share the business aspect. And so you should definitely work on the business part of your story. So let's talk about that one right now. Let me just, again, I'm going to go ahead and pretend like we're talking about it. So my name is Felicia, and when I, as a wife and a homeschooling mom, wanted to start staying home with my kids, it was a real struggle because we had this huge loss of income. I was always providing at least more than half of our income. And so trying to balance a family of 5 on a lower income was a huge burden. In fact, at the end of every month, I generally found myself either having a last-minute garage sale, trading in old jewelry for cash sometimes I had like a side photography business, and I would throw a couple of photography jobs in at the end of the month just to get the bills paid, just to make sure that our utilities didn't get turned off. And that was a really scary place to be in. I can't tell you how frustrating and frightening it is to get at the end of the month every month and not know whether or not you're actually able to pay all your bills. Once I started doing doTERRA, I found that not only did I have an amazing product, but I also had an amazing business opportunity. And that business opportunity really allowed me to expand our finances in a way where I no longer have to worry about whether or not the bills are going to get paid every month. They're going to get paid. I have the extra income coming in, and it allows me both to pursue my dream of homeschooling my kids, but also to provide for my children and my family in a way that nothing else would. I have full-time income without the full-time obligation of work, which is just an amazing place to be in. I feel so secure and so empowered knowing that I can provide well for my family while also pursuing my dream of homeschooling my kids and not missing any more milestones. So you can see that that has a really high impact as to why the business has had a wonderful impact on my family. And so these are the two stories that you kind of want to put together in order to move forward with your doTERRA story. I hope that this has been helpful to you. Please let me know if there's any way that I can help you, and I've really enjoyed having this time. Have a great day. Bye now.